What we're seeing today is what I call turnkey totalitarianism. They are putting in place all of these technological mechanisms for control we've never seen before. It's been the ambition of every totalitarian state from the beginning of mankind to control every aspect of behavior, of conduct, of thought, and to obliterate dissent. None of them have been able to do it. They didn't have the technological capacity. Even in Hitler's Germany, you could cross the Alps into Switzerland. You can hide in an attic like Anne Frank did.
Whew. That was RFK Jr. speaking at a rally that we'll give you more details for. I just want to respond a little bit to the comparison between those being asked to get vaccinated or test. They always leave that part off with Anne Frank in case, it was a long time ago. Maybe they don't teach that anymore. Something critical race theory. Maybe they don't teach anything about history anymore. Anne Frank, her mother Edith, her father Otto, and older sister Margot lived with 4 other Jews to hide from the Nazis in a cramped attic annex above the Amsterdam factory where her father had worked until they were discovered, arrested, and sent to concentration camps. Multiple women who survived that concentration camp and remember Anne from that time described her in those last tragic weeks of her life as weak and emaciated, her head shaved, delirious, terrible, burning up from fever. Only Otto of the immediate family survived. So there are some differences between that example and the anti-vaxxers. Auschwitz Memorial agreed, saying, exploiting the tragedy of people who suffered, were humiliated, tortured, and murdered by the totalitarian regime of Nazi Germany, including children like Anne Frank. In a debate about vaccines and limitations during global pandemic is a sad symptom of moral and intellectual decay, but hardly the only confirmation of that decay that we need if you're paying attention to the news every day. But what was that all about? Well, RFK Jr. was speaking at a anti-vaccine, anti-mandate demonstration that descended this weekend out of Washington. Those people were mostly maskless, with some sporting far-right and pro-Trump memorabilia, shockingly. Rally organizers predicted about 20,000 people would attend the event. The Washington Post estimated a few thousand had gathered by Sunday afternoon. Despite, by the way, the 1-2 punch of weeks of hype on Steve Bannon's podcast, as well as guests like RFK Jr. and Lara Logan, she is still alive. She just isn't allowed on Fox News anymore. What do you think, Francesca?
I mean, again, it's this oppression fantasy that the right has. They really think it's their time. They think whether it's through the vaccine, whether it's their so-called decline of the white race, right? This is all about them being the real oppressed people, and they're willing to even steal the memory of the Holocaust, right? Or steal the legacy of the civil rights movement in order to justify and make a comparison, a crass, disgusting comparison between what is happening now. I'm sorry, what is happening now? Who are you? Are you being hauled? Are you hiding in attics? Are you being hauled away on trains? And this is, again, it is in their mind. It is the imagination, the fantasy of what they think could, maybe, probably won't one day happen, sort of in my dream that I had as I was trying to fall asleep, but I was too hot, so I took off the covers, but I saw it. I saw it in my mind's eye, and it's obviously disgusting. And you look, it wasn't just this guy talking about the comparison. You saw people holding, right, like sort of stars of David, and as they think themselves to be the marked people, the people who are shunned, the people who there will be a Holocaust. Guess what? Almost 900,000 people have died of COVID, and a lot of them are unvaccinated. And I've said this on this show before, but let's say it again. You guys are not an oppressed class. You are an elite class. Why? Because when unvaccinated people get sick, they are still being treated and cared for in hospitals. Everything is being done to keep them alive, to serve them. And we're staying home. People are refraining from going out and living their lives. Why? Because we want to stop the spread of the virus, to largely stop also the unvaccinated. To be honest with you, I'm more thinking about my mom. I'm thinking about older people. I'm thinking about immunocompromised people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you guys are the ones. You're elite. You're elite. Yeah. And I can't even. There's so much.
so elite that other people who need help can't get beds in hospitals. People who need things that might not be immediately life-threatening, but would very much like to have access to the healthcare system. Sorry, you're gonna have to wait a few months, maybe a year, because these people really, really don't want to take medicine. Basically, that is a very elite position that you have, and you're totally right. These are the same people that love to talk about other groups engaging in the oppression Olympics. They are desperately searching for some way to feel like a victim.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.